I don't even know, like, what's the intro? What's the intro for y'all? It gotta be something different. Let me think. Yo, what's up, guys, man? Welcome back with Rawness with Nation, man, where you just... Alright, bro. Alright. Yo, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. No, bro. Alright. Yo, YouTube. What is up? Welcome back to another video. Yo, YouTube. What is up? Welcome to the channel with Rawness with Nation. Welcome to the new channel, man. I was just sitting in my car. You know, I like to when I pull up home, when I be pulling up at home, I like to just sit in the car. And I sit in the car for a few hours and just vibe, listen to beats. I listen to a lot of beats and just different things like that. On this channel though, when I was just sitting in my car just vibing, I just want this channel to be like the different side of me that's not really exposed. I feel like y'all really exposed to Nation, the mentor that's going into hoods, you know, sharing information and stuff like that. But like one-on-one, away from like the kids, away from doing what I'm doing, you know, I want y'all to like get to know me like one-on-one, like authentic, just really vibing from morning routines, daily routines, going with me, grocery shopping, sit down talks, whatever comes to my mind, just raw, you know, authentic. Basically, you say if me and you became cool type and we hanging out, you know, you get to know who I am. This is just me behind the scenes type, you know, so that's why I decided to, you know, make this YouTube channel. Cause I really do be chilling, man. I'm really low key. I'm really very laid back, and I really just stay to myself. I think a lot too, so I'm very quiet. That's one thing people notice about me is how quiet I am. I just be thinking. I'm a deep thinker. I be writing. I'm a writer. I like to listen to a lot of beats. So my mind moves very fast. I have a very fast mind. It's so fast at times that it just pushes out so many ideas, and I forget a lot of things because of it. Like, it can be big things. Like, I share how I go to, so I'm in college right now for psychology for my bachelor's. I take 4 classes, Monday through Thursday, right after work. I work at a school. I literally will forget that I have classes, and it's crazy. But yeah, that's how fast my mind moves, man. But yeah, man, I'm in college, man. I'm 30 years old. I have matured a lot in my life, you know, my life journey. Just different things like that. You know, I grew up fast. Grew up in the hood, you know, grew up in that culture. But as you can see, it doesn't really define who I am. Might have taught me a few things, how to move, how to carry myself, you know, how to maneuver in the world in a sense, of course, but who I am as a person, the hood doesn't really, the image of it, let me put it like that, it doesn't really define who I am. That's why a lot of people don't be thinking I'm from the hood, just off how I carry myself. It's just who I am. I'm my authentic self. I love loyalty. I love genuine vibes, genuine friendships, stuff like that. You know, because I really put time in it. With me, though, in a world like this, in today's time, when you're a genuine person, you're genuine about your friendships, your relationships, you know, you're mature in that area. It's very hard for you in today's world, because today's world is just moved off lust, off games, off not genuine vibes, chase me, you know, that little game type. Friendships is not really friendships anymore. It's just like, it's very hard for individuals that are really genuine in today's time to build those connections. I read a lot of books. Well, I got a lot of books now, but I used to read a lot of books. I still read, but more so, I'm very selective on the books I do read now, and I do a lot of deep research. So I deep research more now over reading books, in a sense. I am a book collector, though, so if you do give me books, most likely you'll never get it back. Yeah. So I already know when I be giving people books, and I know they like read books, I expect not to get it back, because I know I'll be snatching. If they gave me a book, I'll be snatching books, because I'm a book collector. People be shoe collectors, I be book collectors. I'm a book collector. I'm into technology. I love robots. I love the AI system. Even though it can be used as negative, evil, good, good and evil. That's just the way the world is. Yeah, I love stuff like that. I love really just deep stuff about life. I'm very knowledgeable around the government, just around, like, if you like to speak about clones, I can really get in deep conversations about that. Clone sacrifices, clones, sacrifices, and that your people make in the entertainment world, selling your soul. If you like conversations like that, I can get very deep into that. Spiritual warfare, I am a spiritual person. I am currently saved, and my goal is to follow Christ and learn and build a relationship with God. I am not really connected to churches, because I have my fair share of things, negativity, or things I didn't like. I have my fair share of, well, this is rawness, but it's more so rawness, so I don't have to explain it. I have my fair share of seeing the dark side of it, so I don't really connect to the church tradition. I do pray for it. I do pray for a spiritual church body that really, understands the journey, and God will, direct me towards. And I have been praying for that. So that's just me being patient, waiting on God and following His lead. So, if you like conversations like that, you like, to chill. It sounds like I'm really like selling myself to. I feel like I'm selling myself, but I'm just really explaining who I am, what I like to do. Yeah, I like, you like to chill in the car, just vibe. Not in the cold though, because it feel good today. But like summertime type, sometimes in the fall, chill in the car, just vibing, eating food, going on walks. Just, I'm very like, small things matter. I like to go out, dinner, out of town, boat rides, those nice restaurant boat rides in Chicago. I like stuff like that. Eating on the side of the, they got restaurants in Chicago, like on the lake, drinking wine, trying different things, as in like, I would ride the train. Well, I'm thinking about it actually right now in Lawrenceville, to ride the train from Indianapolis to Cali. It's like, a couple of days, yeah. But it would be like the Amtrak train, where you stay inside. You got your own room in the train. You get up for dinner, breakfast, all that stuff. You shower, stuff like that. Then as you stop through different cities, you're able to get off and see those little cities and stuff like that. You like stuff like that. I'm very cool. I'm very quiet. I'm very like vibey type, So, yeah. What type of music I listen to? I listen to all types of music. I'm a very musical type person. Most of the music I really do like are music. It's just music like the older days, like how Marvin Gaye, I Want You, how that just the sound came together, or Temptations, Papa was a Rolling Stone. I love that because of just the hand claps and all that stuff, just the sound of it. So if you like stuff like that, that's what I like. It's a lot about me, bro. I really like, even on Saturdays. Well, it passed though in where I live at, which I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. And on Kessler, it was posters around the area, and on Saturday we were able to just go look at homes, and it was just an event that was being promoted, and I like stuff like that, walking around looking at homes, just vibing, drinking wine. I'm 30, so of course a lot about me is a lot different than my 20s. I grew fast, it's amazing I feel like it's amazing how fast I grew as a person. But that growth came from bumping my head and having to go through like hard situations. That was very tough on me. It just, challenging situations that build, perseverance and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's a lot about me that I like to do. Ice skating, all this stuff, picnics. walks on the canal at the park. Yeah, that's just me, man. So I'm really a deep person, man. It's a lot. I'm quiet, yeah. I'm very quiet. I like to be quiet, you know. But I'm a cool person, you know. Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Being 30, I can say. Excuse me. Let me get some water, cause when I start talking a lot, I can't. When I start talking a lot, my throat get dry. Which that's gonna have to change, because I do a lot of speaking events and stuff like that. So I guess I'm just, it's probably just preparing in a sense, because I don't talk a lot. I really just started talking a lot in like 2020. Like, people didn't even expect. People believed it. I really didn't. They were amazed when they came across my YouTube channel and learned that I talk. That's how much I really didn't talk in 2020. This is like from 2020 on up. This is probably the most time you ever see me talk. I actually get to know me and what I think and how I think, stuff like that. Away from what people say. A lot of people got a lot to say about you. Whole time it don't be true until you get to know that person. Be like, you know what? That person is not even like that. That's why you can't believe what people say. You actually gotta go get to know that person. But being 30 in this life, I used to make fun of older people when I was a kid. Like, oh, you old. I used to dread getting older. I did. But now that I'm 30 years old, I love where I'm at mentally. It's in my mindset. I love the way that I think. It's just the maturity of it. How I carry myself, how I move. Like, even in relationships. If I ever get in a relationship, it would be very easy for me to actually commit to that relationship. And I say that because of the maturity level that my mind is in right now. It would be easy for me to focus on one person and really, really dedicate a part of my life to them. And I say a part of because, a part of me to them. It would be easy for me to dedicate a part of me to them, But again, we live in a society where people like me who can be faithful and focus on one person and just put your all in them and grow with them and build with them. In this generation that we live in today, that's kind of hard, because we live in a world right now that's just driven by lust, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so that's why I am single. Well, that's one reason why I'm single. The main reason why I'm single, I've been single for 6 years, by the way, believe it or not. 6 or 7. And I was going on a spiritual journey, and during that spiritual journey, part of me outgrew the person that I was dating at the time. During that journey, I did date here and there, but the dating parts were lessons that I had to learn to keep focused and continue on my journey. And during this journey of being single, I don't really have time to really, or didn't have time and don't really have time, Well, during this journey, it wasn't really much time to really focus on another person, because my journey has been mostly about me as a person and growing, overcoming things, learning things and unlearning things, going through a lot of challenging situations, coming out of them and growing as a person. Where I'm at in my life, my journey is really focusing on self growth, and focusing on my relationship with God and the pathway that He currently has me on, that's leading me to where He wants me to go, and it's causing me to grow as a person. So, being single, for 6 years, it came easy in a sense, because when you're so focused and God has your mindset on a calling, a purpose in your life, my focus has just been on that strictly, 95%. The other 5% was when I got off track and I got distracted by things on the pathway. It could have been lust, it could have been money, it could have just been the wrong things that wasn't of God's will. And it caused me to, learn life lessons in those situations of me walking off the journey and following what my flesh desired, and I got bit and I fell and I learned, every time. God raised me up, of course, but I learned from those situations. And that's why my journey, I have to stay focused. I have to stay focused on the pathway that God has me on. If I even get sidetracked with certain things, I will get warned. spiritually, a part of me was like, I would get convicted, and I would basically be allowed to see what's going to happen, or see like how it's ended, how it's going, and I have a choice to step back, reevaluate the situation, and get back on the journey, or I could continue to go down this pathway that's already been exposed to me that it's not going to end well, and learn a lesson. I've been on a spiritual journey for a long time. Yes, and my dreads come with a meaning behind them too. Actually, this is my second this is my second pair. This is my second pair of locks. My first locks were freeformed. I freeformed them in 2019. I just stopped combing my hair. They started to form. During that time, I was more so finding out who I was as a person. I was so used to allowing people to tell me who I am, shape me, how they want me to dress, how they want me to carry myself, how to wear my hair, just more so a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser. But 2019, when I got on that journey, and I started to just focus on who am I, who is Nate Sean Clay, who are you? And I just stopped caring what people think. I will label myself the black sheep. I am the outcast of my family. I currently don't talk to my family, just because of just things that I had to experience from them, from just the attacks, the gossip, the belittling, they're just stepping on me, not genuine, when I freeformed them, I just didn't really care what people thought, even I was hearing things, of course, I didn't really care, because I was so used to it. And, I was in a part of my journey, I was in a stage where I was growing, and nobody could tell me. I was in a stage of becoming who I am today, in a sense. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to continue to grow and go higher, but it helped me get to who I am today. So, I did that. I combed them out. I learned out who I was. I combed them out around 2020. No. Hold on. I feel like I'm missing something. I combed them out in 2020. And then I got these. And these, more so represent where I'm at in my life right now. I know who I am. I'm very confident in myself. I'm very mature now. I don't allow the same things I allowed as a kid. I don't even have the same group of people around me anymore. I don't even communicate with them. My self-esteem is a lot higher than who I used to be, especially with my first set. I am just extremely confident. I respect my peace. I feel like if a person is disturbing my peace, I will remove them, or I will set a boundary. And it doesn't matter who they are, I will set that boundary. I feel like I'm just in a very blessed spot right now in my life, where I just maturity, I'm really just focused on the stability, just growing, eating better, working out, just taking care of my body, taking care of self, taking care, making better habits in life, and I feel like a lot of people who are probably in your 30s or just hitting 30, you probably understand what I'm saying. I feel like this is the time in my life where I'm just so focused on my credit, and, bettering myself, elevating myself, and preparing to buy myself a home somewhere, in Fishers, because that's where I want to move at. I actually I spoke to the mayor of Fishers one time, and, I just gave him his flowers and let him know that, sometimes when you're working so hard, sometimes people don't, just say good job, you're doing a great job, and he wrote me back, he really appreciated it. I really do I like Fishers a lot. So yeah, I do plan on, Lord's will, to get a nice, beautiful home in Fishers. Probably a 5-bedroom, nice backyard, of course. Beautiful exterior, interior, in my liking. Around trees, beautiful trees. I want my driveway to be long, filled with trees. I just want the neighborhood just to be trees everywhere. I don't really want neighbors, but I want neighbors. But yes. So that is my life. I have a lot of kids that are in my life. That really value my presence. So I'm a mentor, I'm an auntie, and I'm a big cousin. And a lot of kids I spend a lot of my life in time with kids. And outside of school, when I'm not with kids, I have kids who love being around me. Like, they love coming over. I'm the type of person, how I decorate my crib. it's like a Nate Sean touch to it, you know, like Nate Sean lives here, you know. It's just, I like certain things, LED lights, just cool, vibey colors, nice, cool, you know, carpets, rugs, you know, candles. I love candles, by the way, so if you want to give me some, I love candles, but make sure it smells good, you know. I don't like that. I like very, like, soft, like, neutral type smells. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I love gaming, by the way. You know, started on PS2, San Andreas, GTA, Nintendo, Super Mario, 007. Yeah, so, you know, times change, so PC it, you know. I'll be on GTA RP, Call of Duty. Yes, I don't play in 2K. It gets boring to me, so I don't play 2K. I will play football, doesn't matter which one, professional or college. Pretty decent in that too. I like chess, so if you like chess, you want to teach me, we can definitely vibe, connect. Wow, I feel like I'm selling myself again, bro. But yeah, yeah, I can cook. Well, no, I'm not saying that because I really do feel like I'm selling myself. But yeah, you know, I love cameras, I love technology, as I said. Yeah, so that's me, bro. So this is what the channel gonna be about. Just sit down. We just had a whole conversation. So yeah, I decided just to do this, man. Let's see how big and how far this channel can go. When I'm away from the hood vlogs and different things like that, we can just vibe right here. Just talk at the beaches. We might go out of the country. This is what this channel might become too. We might go out of the country. You know, Japan. Y'all know I want to move to Japan for about a year. I've been saying it for a long time. I need to just really take it to prayer with God and see where it goes, you know. But I know it does come with a lot because I have nieces that, you know. But I don't want to make this video that long. It kind of is, so I'm going to end this video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and until next video, let's go.